Now on to the data tab. This is where we're going to enter all of the information we collect on our clients or customers. This is a really versatile tab. There really aren't many restrictions on what you can do. Here you can see we have some out-of-the-box fields, the client number, name, branch, interviewer. You might want to add some more. You might want to delete what's here. You might want to just change some of them, put them in a different language or just phrase it differently. So the way that you can delete these is just by right-clicking over the column itself and just deleting that. So it's really quite simple. And if you wanted to insert a field, then you would just do the same, right-click and click on Insert, and I'll put back location. So here, again, this is just out of the box. We can put client customer account number as 1. The name could be Samira Boloju, and the branch we could just say North. The interviewer is Frank Ballard. Sorry to bore you with this. We'll just say Hyderabad. Not sure if I spelled that right. I don't think that I did. And the date of the survey, we'll say, is today. So for PPI version, the reason this is included is there might be updates for the PPI that you're using. So you could have you could be using the PPI for India from 2005, but there might be an update for 2015. And if that's the case, then you need to know which sets of data are or which records pertain to each of those PPIs. So a lot of times organizations won't include that, but then later on they find that it would have been good to have. So here we're just going to say this is the India 2009. For the PPI responses, here we're just going to put the scores. It's easier to just include the scores instead of the responses for a number of reasons. One is you can just tally. You can have the PPI score automatically tally. Excuse me. So I'm just going to make up some numbers here, and you'll see that we have the PPI score of 62. And since we're tracking these 3 poverty lines, it's gone ahead and looked up the score of 62 in the lookup table. So right here, and it gives us the poverty likelihoods for that individual. The rest of the poverty lines, if you're certain that you don't need these, then you can always delete them. Adding them back in will be a little trickier, but you don't need the clutter if you don't plan on using those poverty lines. You can also add more variables at the end of the table. So we might want to know the food security situation of the individual. So that's going to add a new variable, and it will be included in the analysis and anything else that's done with this table. So the only things that the only cells that you shouldn't change are the PPI score and then the poverty lines. You shouldn't be able to change them, I believe. Yes. And that's just to keep everything correct and pulling from the right place. So these are the cells, PPI score and then the poverty lines, and then everything else can be adjusted as you wish.